The Galactic Empire fleet moved like a black wave across the stars. Endless rows of warships stretching into the void. Cruisers, carriers, and destroyers all traveled in perfect formation, their engines glowing faint blue. The commanders inside, the lead flagship, looked out with pride. To them, the galaxy belonged to the Empire. No star was too far, no world too distant. Yet one place had always been avoided. One place stood apart. Terran space. Every cadet in the Empire knew the story. Centuries ago, the humans had fought a war so brutal that entire star systems burned. Afterward, the humans disappeared into silence. The Council declared their region forbidden. Some said it was respect. Others said it was fear. But with time, memories fade. Empires grow proud. Now the fleet was here. The alien admiral, a tall reptilian called Zorvok, stood at the center of the command deck. His scales shimmered in the light as he spoke. Terran space, he hissed with amusement. The most overrated myth in the galaxy. Today we prove there is nothing to fear. His officers nodded, though some looked uneasy. The stories were old, but they were not forgotten. The first Terran marker appeared on the sensors. A long-dead satellite drifting without power. It bore the ancient human emblem, an eagle with wings spread wide. The crew laughed. So this is what kept us away. One officer sneered. A pile of human scrap metal. They continued forward. The border was crossed. Suddenly, alarms chimed on the console. A signal pulsed from the broken satellite. The old machine came alive for just a moment, long enough to broadcast a message. The voice was mechanical, ancient, but the words were clear: "You have entered forbidden space. This is Terran territory. Turn back now." The bridge went silent. A young lieutenant shifted nervously. "Admiral," the warning came in every language at once. Zorvok bared his teeth in a grin. "A trick, an old recording. The humans are long gone." The fleet pressed on. Outside the viewport, space grew darker, colder. Stars seemed to thin out, and scans revealed nothing: no colonies, no resistance, only silence. Still, unease spread. A scout ship, the Varric, pushed ahead. Its crew joked about ghost stories and ancient Terran legends. Minutes passed before their laughter cut off mid-sentence. "Contact lost," an officer reported. Another scout was sent. It too vanished, no explosion, no distress call, just silence. Even Zorvok's confidence faltered. 2 scouts gone without a trace. Whispers of fear began to ripple across the command deck. Zorvok's voice snapped: "We are the Empire. Ghost stories do not scare us. Press forward." The massive fleet surged deeper. Then sensors detected movement, shapes, many shapes, large and moving slowly. Outlines far larger than any ship the Empire had ever seen flickered at the edge of detection, wavered as if cloaked. The fleet advanced, yet the shapes lingered at the edge of vision, predators in the dark waiting. Officers whispered about cursed space, Terran war fleets that never died, humans who did not forgive trespass. Zorvok refused to stop, declaring, "We will crush these shadows, whatever they are. When the galaxy sees our triumph, no one will fear humans again." But deep inside, even he felt the icy grip of fear tightening around his heart. The silence of Terran space was oppressive. The Empire fleet continued its march, but every sensor, every scanner, seemed to flicker with unease. Then, without warning, the deep, calm voice came through the comms. It rolled through every channel at once, leaving no room for escape. "Terran space is forbidden. You should have turned back. Zorvok's claws dug into his chair. Madness, he hissed. Open fire. Show them the might of the Empire. Orders spread like wildfire. Thousands of cannons flared across the void. Plasma beams cut through the darkness, missiles streaked across the black, and the Empire poured its full fury at the unseen Terran fleet. And then, nothing. The Terran ships remained unscathed. Their shields rippled faintly, armor glimmered, but not a single human vessel fell. The Empire's power had struck like lightning, and done nothing more than scratch stone. Silence fell over the bridge. Officers stared in disbelief. Their pride crumbled. The Terran super-carrier revealed itself. Its golden heart glowed brighter and brighter until the stars themselves seemed dim beside it. A single shot fired, not loud, not fast, but a lance of pure, silent force. An Imperial battleship vanished in a blinding flash before its crew could even scream. Gasps echoed across Zorvok's command deck. They destroyed it, with one shot, whispered a lieutenant, trembling. The Terran fleet did not celebrate. They did not taunt. Their weapons glowed, restrained, patient, as if deciding which ships would be erased next. The voice returned, cold and final. This is your first lesson. Leave while you still breathe, or you will not leave at all. Fear spread like wildfire through the Empire's fleet. Pride battled with terror. Retreat meant shame. Defeat meant dishonor. But a single glance at the colossal Terran carrier, its cannons ready, left no doubt. The humans were real. They were not weak. They were a sleeping giant awakened at last. Zorvok tried to issue commands, but panic had already set in. Engines roared, jump drives screamed, but the Terran gravity wells held them tight. Invisible chains forged by human hands trapped the Empire fleet. Retreat was no longer an option. The Terrans moved slowly, deliberately, tightening their formation like predators surrounding prey. The first Terran cannon fired again. Slow, deliberate, precise. One by one, Imperial ships fell to the golden lance of light. Beams tore cruisers apart with impossible accuracy. Kinetic projectiles shattered shields, missiles vaporized warships, yet the Terran dreadnoughts remained unmoved. The Empire's might crumbled, and silence ruled the void, absolute, terrifying silence. The Terran fleet moved with patient precision, like a predator circling its prey. Each Imperial ship that tried to flee was met with gravity wells, invisible chains that held them firmly. Zorvok's pride battled with fear, but the sight of the colossal Terran carrier left no room for doubt. Retreat was shameful, but survival seemed impossible. Imperial weapons fired desperately. Thousands of plasma beams, torpedoes, and missiles tore through the stars. Explosions lit the void, hulls shook, and alarms screamed across the fleet. Yet, each Terran dreadnought absorbed the attacks as though untouched. Their armor glowed faintly blue, shields shimmering, but not a single ship fell. One cannon shot after another, slow and deliberate, wiped out warships with surgical precision. Imperial officers froze at their stations, unable to comprehend the scale of devastation. Entire squadrons vanished, their wreckage floating like shards of glass in the void. Panic spread uncontrollably. Discipline crumbled. Order was gone. The Terran super-carrier's golden heart pulsed steadily, commanding the battlefield without a word. Smaller Terran destroyers and cruisers moved in perfect harmony, forming tight hunting lines. Each weapon strike was calculated, each movement purposeful. The Empire fleet was now prey, and the hunters were silent and patient. Imperial fighters swarmed a nearby dreadnought, hoping sheer numbers might turn the tide. But the Terran hangars opened, releasing human fighters with blue glowing engines. Swift, precise, and lethal, they cut through the Imperial swarm like knives through silk. Alien fighters exploded one by one, leaving wreckage floating aimlessly. The battlefield was cleared in less than a minute. Jorvok's pride shattered as he watched his strongest fleet being torn apart. The Terrans did not celebrate, did not boast. They simply watched, weapons glowing with restrained fury, like a giant deciding which prey would survive. Silence replaced the chaos. Then the voice came again, calm, cold, final. This is the price of arrogance. You entered forbidden space. You ignored the warning. Now you will pay. Imperial officers felt courage evaporate, soldiers froze at their stations. The humans advanced, cutting through formations like blades, ensuring no ship escaped unscathed. Jorvok's claws trembled on the armrest. Retreat, break formation, escape, he barked commands, but the Terrans held firm. Their precision, patience, and terrifying power made one truth clear: the Empire's pride had no chance here. The first lesson was brutal, and the second would not wait. The Empire fleet was broken, scattered, and trapped in the Terran formation. Engines screamed, jump drives faltered, but nothing could break the invisible grip of Terran technology. Imperial ships collided, fired on each other in desperation, and chaos consumed the battlefield. The humans advanced slowly, deliberately, as if teaching a lesson. The Terran supercarrier unleashed its full might. Its forward cannon fired a golden lance of light, tearing through 3 Imperial ships at once. Their hulls spun silently in space, flames frozen in the vacuum. Jorvok gripped his chair, powerless. Pride and instinct both screamed to fight, but there was nowhere to go. Imperial survivors whispered in disbelief. The humans could have annihilated them all but chose restraint. Every surviving ship felt the cold, final voice: Terran space is forbidden. You entered knowing the cost. Now carry our message back to your masters. The words burned into every heart, spreading fear faster than any weapon. Broken ships limped away, carrying the memory of terror. The Terran fleet did not pursue. They watched, patient, silent guardians of their space. Smaller warships flanked the colossal supercarrier, their formations sharp, weapons still aimed, ready if needed. Fear had become their weapon as much as fire. On one crippled destroyer, an alien captain lowered his head. They could have killed us all, but they chose to let us live. That is worse, he muttered. Across the void, only fragments of Imperial might remained functional. Engines sputtered, shields barely held, and the survivors crawled away into the darkness. News spread across the galaxy. Legends became truth. The humans are awake. Their space is forbidden. Cross their borders, and you will not return. The Council of Admirals, skeptical at first, fell silent when recordings of the Golden Lance and human precision were shown. Fear replaced disbelief. Respect replaced arrogance. The Terran commander watched silently from the bridge of the supercarrier. No cheers, no celebrations, only quiet observation. Let their own tongues carry our warning, he whispered. The galaxy will know we are awake. The fleet vanished into the void with eerie precision, leaving the wreckage as a testament to their power. And so the message spread, across star systems and empires alike. The humans did not shout. They did not boast. They simply waited, patient and unyielding, ensuring that no one would ever forget the first lesson of Terran might. Silence ruled again, but this silence carried a warning more potent than any weapon.